How's it going, everyone? It's Token, and we are back with Week 6 of the IBL. As this week we will be going up against Automatthic and his Nijmegen Nuzleafs. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in into today's IBL battle. If you do enjoy yourself, definitely leave a like to really support the channel. As well as subscribe to the channel if you are new for more competitive Pokemon action. So today is a huge day for us. We really need to get this win because Automatthic is the only undefeated coach other than Northern Nation, who we lost to in Week 1. So going into Week 1, it was a big game. We want to start the season on a high note, but there was no one knew that Nijmegen was going to start having that big of a season. So going into that game, that wasn't like that huge of a game. It just was like, you're Week 1, you want to have a good Week 1. But it wasn't a huge game. However, going into this game, we already see that our opponent has the wins to back up his battling skills. So we know that this is going to be a huge one for us to stay up in the fray with the coaches who are doing really well in this season, and just for us personally to know that we can compete with these coaches that are at the top. So let's see if we can get this win. I feel like I did a pretty decent team building effort, and I'm hoping it all works out. So thank you guys for being here to support. I really do appreciate it. However, let's just quickly go over his team, and then we'll go over my team, and then we'll hop right into the game. So Automathic's team should pop up on the screen now, and it's going to consist of Tapu Fini, Mamoswine, Arcanine, Flygon, Gorbias, Musharna, Thundurus-T as his Z captain, Tangrowth, Umbreon, Registeel, and Hitmonlee. So definitely a very threatening team. The main things that are really that have me a little nervous are obviously that Thundurus-T. It's scary already, and then the fact that it's also his Z captain, just it brings a lot of fear into my heart. And then also that Mamoswine. Mamoswine is just extremely good. We all know it. Ground ice, what switches in? Nothing. Oh my god. But we have a Slowbro, so let's go. Anyways, let's hop into our team. As you can see on the screen right now, we have Heatran, aka Crockpot, rocking with us for another week. And this time we're kind of trying to go for the same thing we did last week. I kind of want my opponent to lead with the Registeel. If I see it in team preview, I'm going to pray that my opponent leads with it. If they lead with the Mamoswine, that is going to be unfortunate, but I do think they will predict us to switch out. There might be some prediction games there. Kind of have to see how much balls I have or not, because there is going to be the chance that my opponent will predict us to switch out if we lead Mamoswine. If we lead Heatran into Mamoswine, and I can maybe sub up and then go for Flash Cannon the following turn and get some huge damage off on the Mamoswine. So there'll be some mind games if the Mamoswine leads, but I'm praying Registeel leads once its rocks up, and we can just obliterate it with a Z Magma Storm, as we are going to be fully offensive. We are going to be fully specially offensive with a modest nature. Let me just get to my showdown team builder. Yeah, fully offensive with a modest nature, and then just 252 dumped in HP to hopefully take out some hits with 4 in defense. So yeah, I really want Heatran to hopefully obliterate the Registeel. If not, at least be able to switch it on the Registeel and go for subs a lot, as well as on the Tangrowth. Tangrowth I feel has to be brought for Virizion. It's the only thing that really checks for Virizion. So I highly feel like Tangrowth is coming. So hopefully we can sub up on Tangrowth and Registeel, and then just get off huge Magma Storms off on my opponent's team, or Flash Cannons. Obviously this gives me no coverage really for the Arcanine, but I didn't feel any need for that, as we have plenty of things that can deal with Arcanine. Well, not plenty, but we have ways of dealing with Arcanine, so I didn't feel a need to force Earth Power on this set and then not have Stealth Rocks or something. So this is going to be the Heatran set, or Crockpot set, with Magma Storm, Flash Cannon, Substitute, and Stealth Rocks. Hopefully we can use it well, as this is a Pokemon I'm going to be relying on a decent bit to get us off to a good start in this game. Next is going to be Sylveon, aka Navi, rocking with us again this week. This week we got a more interesting set, as we are rocking out with Hyper Voice, Wish Protect within Yawn this week. And we are going to be Kepia Berry, which is the weakening, super effective poison type moves berry. I was looking at that because this is our special defensive switch in for the Thundurus-T, so just in case Thundurus is able to set up a nasty plot or has the Z poison move, this will allow us to kind of tank that out and then still be able to fire back with a very hefty Hyper Voice. So I'm hoping that the Kepia Berry comes through for us, as we don't really have any other switch into the Thundurus. So hopefully that works out, as well as if we do have to switch this in on Tangrowth and it's running Sludge Bomb, hopefully we can tank that out as well due to that Kepia berry. So that's going to be Sylveon, Hyper Voice, Swish, Protect, and Yawn. The set's going to be 244 in HP, 84 in special attack, and 180 in special defense with a Calm Nature. That's all I kind of needed for like Thunderbolt's a 4-hit KO. Or a 3-hit KO. I think it was a 4-hit KO with that investment. If he's timid, and then if he's modest, it's a 3-hit KO. That's what I think that's what I recall. I'll do some calcs just later in the game to recollect my memory a little bit. But yeah, the interesting thing about Yawn was that I was looking at Baton Pass, I was looking at Hidden Power Ground, I guess, for Arcanine, I was looking at Psyshock. I looked at the other moves, and I didn't see, because of Thundurus being, this thing's job is to wall the Thundurus. So with Thundurus being a Z captain, I didn't really see myself going for Baton Pass with the chance that Thundurus sets up a nasty plot or just like stays in and goes for like Hidden Power Ice, predicting us to switch out. I didn't see us using Baton Pass much. I didn't see us Hill Bell with the Finny on my opponent's team. I didn't see us using much either. So I just didn't really see any fourth move that was really fitting. And then I saw Yawn, and I was like, actually, that can work. Because what Yawn will allow me to do is on the Thundurus switch out, I can go for Yawn, Arcanine comes in, or Registeel comes in, and I protect the next turn. Mainly on Arcanine, not really Registeel, hoping to obliterate Registeel, like I said, but mainly on Arcanine. I can protect the next turn, and then I put them to sleep if they so choose to stay in, and if they don't choose to stay in, then hopefully I can make that prediction and then get another Hyper Voice off on something that definitely doesn't want to be Hyper Voice. So I feel like Yawn can actually be a pain for my opponent to deal with, especially with Protect as well. So hopefully we can do some shenanigans with Yawn. Next member of the team is going to be Virizion, aka Kirby, rocking out with us again this week. And Virizion's going to be rocking out with a move pool of Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Stone Edge, and Swords Dance. This is one of our, if not our main way of sweeping my opponent's team. Considering that barring Scarfs, Virizion outspeeds my opponent's entire team. They're really not that fast other than the Thundurus-T and Scarf user, so opponent really doesn't have the fastest team. And Virizion, especially once Arcanine is down, kind of just, or once the Tangrowth is down, mainly, kind of runs to my opponent's team, especially if I can predict Arcanine trying to switch in on this Virizion and go for Stone Edge, and I go for another Stone Edge from there. That's going to do heaps of damage, especially if I have a Swords Dance up. Yeah, Virizion just outspeeds and does huge amounts of damage to my opponent's entire team. Going to be rocking out with a Yachi Berry this week so that we can, if Scarf Mamoswine tries to switch in on us, obviously if Mamoswine comes in, it's going to be obviously Scarf. So this isn't gonna be like a I'm definitely doing this type thing, but if it comes down to it, and I feel like our best play is to stay in on Mamoswine, even if it switches in on us after something goes down to Kirby, then it's going to be obvious it's Scarfed and it's ice. It's going to go for Icicle Crash likely. We can tank that out with the Yachi Berry and then Oko back with Close Combat if it is a offensive Mamoswine. If it doesn't really have any bulk, we just get that 100% chance to Oko. However, what was I about to say? Oh, then Yachi Berry is just also nice in case if I have to switch this in on Thundurus-T and it predicts that, goes for HP Ice. It's good from that aspect. And then the last reason HP Ice is good is for the obviously in case Leaf Blade doesn't Oko Finny as well, but also for Ice Shard from Mamoswine if I'm already at a little bit lowered amount of health, maybe do some extreme speeds and stuff. And Mamoswine thinks can pick me off with an Ice Shard. Hopefully we can live that with Yachi. So I'm really excited for this Virizion set to hopefully come through for us. I really am hoping. Virizion has a really good matchup barring the Tangrowth, and with Heatran on the team, Heatran can't be knocked off when the Tangrowth starts to go for knockoff, and it goes for knockoff from Virizion. It's crazy anyways. If it goes for a poison type move, predicting the Virizion to stay in, obviously Heatran's immune to that. So I feel like we can really cause shenanigans with Virizion due to how well it synergizes with Heatran in this game. So hopefully those two can work together extremely well. And Virizion's moveset, EV spread this week is going to be 204 in speed with a Jolly Natures to outspeed my opponent's entire team, barring Scarfs, 20 in special defense, 20 in HP, and 12 in defense, and then 252 in attack to still try to hit it as hard as we possibly can. So that's Virizion this week. Next is going to be Bro, or Slowbro, aka Bro. And Slowbro this week was a must bring for the Mamoswine. We have one of the best Mamoswine checks in the entire game. It resists the stab ice. Obviously it can still go for freeze drive, which is a little scary, but I feel like we can deal with that. And then if we get Scald Burns, sorry Mamoswine, that's your life. Yeah, it resists the ice type moves, and then it just tanks out those ground type moves due to its monstrous defense stat. and its reliable recovery. Just Slowbro is an absolute must-bring for the Mamoswine, so we will have to watch out for that. Thundurus getting in on Slowbro and trying to go for some nasty plots and stuff, but I do feel like we can deal with that adequately. And Slowbro this week is going to be Scald, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Slack Off with Regenerator and Leftovers. It's going to be our Leftovers user this week because a Banded Mamoswine comes really close to 2-hit KO and even a fully defensive, which we are, a fully defensive Slowbro. It comes really close to 2-hit KOing it, so Leftovers makes me feel more comfortable about that in case rocks get up on our side of the field and stuff like that. So yeah, Scald, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Slack Off. We can honestly Calm Mind sweep as well once the Tangrowth is gone. This can also become a Calm Mind sweeper as long as Thundurus is a little weakened. It'll be a little scary if Thundurus isn't weakened and we don't OHKO, then they could go for Nasty Plot and then it could go for a Thunderbolt. And even with some Calm Minds up, that's going to hit like a truck, especially if it does its Z move or if it brings a Z move. So yeah, weakened Thundurus and a Tangrowth gone, Slowbro can even Calm Mind sweep my opponent's team. So I'm hoping to use Slowbro well as well, and I'm excited that we actually have a solid Mamoswine switch in. So yeah, just like I said, 252 in defense with a Bold Nature, 252 in HP, and then just 4 in special attack to get a little bit higher on that end. And oh crap. And that's unfortunate because my Slowbro is at a even freaking HP, and I didn't even realize. I would have fixed that. But whatever, it doesn't matter now. Next is going to be Garchomp, aka Rampage, and Garchomp this week is going to be rocking out with a move pool of Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Fire Blast. And it's going to be Choice Scarf with Rough Skin. Pretty much what I wanted to do with Garchomp was that I was afraid of Scarf Flygon. So this allows us to switch it on Scarf Flygon every time and threaten it with our Outrage, or our Dragon Claw actually is not Outrage. Don't want to lock ourselves to Outrage until Finny's gone, but we might have to if Thundurus becomes too much of an issue. That's our only way of getting the guaranteed OHKO on Thundurus is or a high chance. We actually don't even guarantee OHKO it, just have a high chance of OHKOing it with Outrage if it's a little bit weakened. I think it has to just be a little bit weakened. But yeah, Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Fire Blast. Outrage, obviously, and Dragon Claw for good stab, and can maybe even sweep my opponent's team once the Mamoswine and Tangrowth are gone. I kind of need both of those to be gone for Outrage to kind of just go ham. I don't know. I don't see a huge opportunity for us to Outrage sweep. Outrage was just more so like there for lack of better options. Stone Edge might have been a nice one, but I honestly didn't want to really get locked into Stone Edge either. And I feel like Outrage is just nicer in case we end up in a scenario where like the Registell's gone, the Tangrowth is gone, and the Finny is and the Mamoswine. I need a lot of things gone for Outrage to sweep, but it's a nice thing to have. Earthquake sweeping might actually be something that's more viable as long as the Mamoswine and Tangrowth are gone, because there's no staying in on Mamoswine with this Pokemon at all, because we will not, even if it's not, it turns out to not be Scarf, we will not be living any Ice Shards anytime soon. At least I'm pretty sure we don't. I'll have to calc that, but I'm pretty sure we do not. But yeah, Garchomp is Fire Blast is actually for the Tangrowth, just so I'm not walled by it. It actually, on a fully defensive one, which I am kind of expecting, it is a 2-hit KO. So hopefully I maybe can get that prediction correctly and kind of chunk on Tangrowth and kind of make it more wary of trying to switch in on our Garchomp. So yeah, some interesting options on our Scarf Garchomp. I like it a lot, and I'm hoping that can be just a solid check in case anything becomes a little scary. You can just come in and be like, hey, I have Outrage, I have Earthquake, I have Fire Blast. You need to switch out. So kind of want this to be like our fear inducer rather than our sweeper, as I do think Louisiana has a better chance of sweeping, just barring those Scarfs. But that's Garchomp. It's going to be 244 with a naive nature, just so that I wasn't hindering the Fire Blast, so it actually could be a 2-hit KO on Tangrowth. So it's actually going to be special defense down and not special attack. With that naive nature, speed up, and then 252 in attack still to hit as hard as possible, and then 12 just dumped in HP just so, and to give myself a little bit of bulk just in case we need it. And then last but not least, this is a slot that I went back and forth so much on between Mr. Mime or Crobat. But I felt like I just didn't want to be too predictable going into this game, as my opponents probably looked at some of my games going into this game, considering it's a pretty big game for the both of us. So he's probably looked at some of my games, and this is actually the exact same team we brought last week, barring Crobat. So, and I really wanted to bring Crobat just to check the Tangrowth really heavily, and then also to have Switch Initiative. And it would have been nice, but the main thing that made me not want to do that was actually not due to the fact that I just didn't want to be too predictable. It was actually due to the fact that I didn't want another Ice Week Pokemon. That Scarf Mamoswine or just Mamoswine in general could just come in on really freely and just fire off hard-hitting Ice-type hits, because of the fact that every time I bring in Slowbro, it lures Thundurus-T in, and the thing I'm most afraid of on my opponent's team is the Thundurus-T. So I really don't want to have to bring in Slowbro an excessive amount due to the fact that I just brought too many Ice Week Pokemon. So I decided to forego bringing Crobat, even though it had a pretty good matchup, just barring the Registeel and the Mamoswine. I felt like it had a pretty good offensive matchup. However, though, we are going to be rocking out with, and then it's like if my opponent brings a defensive like Rocky Helmet, Arcanine, which he might bring for the Crobat, then I'm going to be glad that I didn't bring Crobat, actually. However, though, we are going to bring Mr. Mime, aka Joker, this week for the first time. Very excited to use this Pokemon for the first time. As I was, when I drafted it, I felt pretty enthusiastic about its chances to actually bring something to the table this season. And this week, we're going to be rocking out with a moveset on it of Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Trick. So Psyshock pretty much hits everything extremely hard. I don't expect Musharna to be brought, so it just doesn't hit that hard, but I don't expect to see that Pokemon, so everything else is going to get hit pretty hard by Psyshock. Dazzling Gleam was for the Umbreon, and just for the Flygon as well. Just hits both of those things really hard, and it makes the two special attackers I brought, it makes Umbreon not a check to either of them, so I'm not even sure I'll see Umbreon, especially just because Sylveon's like my main special attacker, and Umbreon just does not deal with that, considering that it is weak to Fairy. So I don't fully expect Umbreon, but I did want the stab coverage, so I decided to still throw it on there. And then Energy Ball is actually going to be an Oko on I'm not fully sure what's Finny set. It's the default Finny set. It's going to Oko a default Taboo Finny set. It's going to hit the Mamoswine extremely hard. So if I figure out that Mamoswine isn't running Scarfed, then I can bring this in on Mamoswine. If I get a free switch in on Mamoswine, I can bring this in and then just go for Energy Ball and do huge chunks of damage. Because I don't see Tangrowth really wanting to switch in on this thing, considering that Tangrowth's probably going to be more on the defensive end. So I just felt like my opponent had few switch-ins into this other than Registeel, and I'm hoping we can obliterate Registeel early on in the game, so then my opponent doesn't really have switch-ins. And then Trick on it, just because I didn't really need any other fourth coverage move. There were some that would have been nice, mainly Focus Blast, but also don't want to miss that. So I decided to go with Trick because if my opponent is a defensive Arcanine or or actually brings the Umbreon, we can kind of nuke both of those things by tricking them, and then they're just very less effective at what they're trying to accomplish in this game. So hopefully I can do one of those two things. I will have to be careful with Trick, kind of see what my opponent's switching into this, because I don't want to trick onto the Tapu Fini, and I kind of don't want to trick onto the Tangrowth either, because like Sludge Bomb and leaf type move, grass type move, that's kind of scary. That's just a little scary, but I guess Heatran kind of switches in still on that like every time. Just might have some trouble eating Leaf Storms, Specs Leaf Storms, so I'll have to be a little careful of what I trick onto. Filter is going to allow us to take only 3/4 damage from super effective moves, and like I said, Choice Specs. And the EV spread of Mr. Mime this week is going to be 220 with a timid nature to outspeed everything it can outspeed. So that's pretty much to just outspeed a timid Finny, and that's actually the set that can outspeed a offensive timid Finny gets OHKO'd by Choice Specs Energy Ball. 252 in special attack to as hard as possible, 28 in HP just to be a little bulky, 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, just to throw a little bit of investment in there. So that's pretty much the team this week. We're rocking out with Mr. Mime, Garchomp, Slowbro, Virizion, Sylveon, and Heatran. So I'm hoping Heatran gets us off to a solid start. Then the synergy of Virizion and Heatran causes trouble for my opponent's team. Garchomp hopefully cleans a few Pokemon up. Sylveon becomes a nuisance for the Thundurus to break through, and then we just kind of sweep up. Hopefully even maybe Swords Dance Virizion, or whenever we figure out what my opponent's Scarf Pokemon is, because I do expect a Scarf Pokemon. So I'm pretty excited for this game. I'm hoping we brought the correct team. I'm hoping not bringing Crobat doesn't screw us over. I'm hoping we brought a solid team, and I'm excited to get into the game. So once again, thank you guys for support, and I'll see you guys at the game. Alright guys, and we are here for the game against Automatthic and his Nijmegen. Oh my god, I completely forgot how to say it. I forgot how to say it. Oh, come on, computer, work with me. Oh god, my computer's is Nijmegen or Nijmegen or Nijmegen. Oh my god, that's just awful on my end. But it's Nijmegen Nuzleafs, and he's undefeated. This is a huge game, and he brought practically everything I expected, other than Umbreon. I didn't expect the Umbreon to come due to the fact that I just have such a really good matchup against that. Glad to see the Tangrowth at least. Heatran can maybe obliterate that Tangrowth. I could see my opponent leading the Mamoswine, which kind of makes me want to lead Virizion. Kind of does. Because now that I see no Registeel, I'll fix it all during the battle. I'll fix the Registeel, and I'll also fix the Tapu Fini. Really interesting to see no Tapu Fini. That's actually really, really interesting. That means he has no way of removing hazards from his side. So that's really good for us. How much actually? Oh, I'm running so long time. Oh, my computer's moving way too slowly. I just wanted to see how much Heatran does to Mamoswine. In case if he thinks we're Shuka, if I lead with Heatran and he thinks we're Shuka, yeah, I'm just gonna leave Virizion. I see very little consequences to that play, so I'm just gonna leave Virizion and hope it goes well. Let me just go check the Heatran thing now. I'm just super curious. Super curious. Let's go. Mamoswine. Oh, he leads Arcanine. He leads Arcanine. Alright, good lead. Really good lead on my opponent's end. Here's what we can do though. Let's say I was Shuka instead. Or how much does my flash? Yeah, my flash can obliterate, so he might be afraid of a Shuka on Heatran. That's good information to know, just in case we might have to do that. And kind of bluff that we're Shuka. Here though, I have to go into slow, bro. Absolutely have to. No scenario where I don't go into slow, bro. Might make a prediction. He might be banded Wild Charge, which would definitely give my team some trouble. But obviously, Garchomp switches on that any day, any time. See what he does here. Toxic. Good play. So no Finny. No freaking Finny makes it so I wish I had Heal Bell. Actually really makes me wish I had Heal Bell. Good play, good play, good play. I could see Tangrowth coming in here. Could definitely see Tangrowth coming in. So I'm gonna go into Heatran, I think. What else would come in? Yeah, I'm gonna go into Heatran. Yeah, let me fix this layout. So there's new Tapu Fini. He switches into what? Into the Tangrowth, so perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Tapu Fini is instead going to be the Umbreon. Here, I 100% substitute. Let's rename that to Umbreon. So we get the sub up, we get a free sub up on his switch out into his Flygon. What is he running on this? Thing takes a lot of damage from a Flash Cannon. I think I just get a Brox though, especially for that Arcanine. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a Brox. And then he brought Flygon instead of the Registeel. Ooh, I am nervous. I can feel my freaking hands just like all over the place. Alright, so we got everything fixed on the layout. No more need to tamper with that. Here we go into Slowbro and figure out what type of Flygon this is. I could see it being a Soul Vest if you switch it in on my Heatran. Nope, it's going to be Defog. It is going to have the Defog. So that is fine. I should have obliterated this thing with the Z-move. Should have just went for the Z-move, but it's good to know this thing is not Scarf. This thing is rocking out with the... Yeah, I'm gonna go right back into Heatran. Cause I see a U-turn coming. Yep. Lucky goes in the Mamoswine. This Heatran live, even if it does have the sugar, does it live? No, it's slow game. Oh, yeah, still a guaranteed Elko if it's not Scarf. So it's also something to keep in mind. Thundurus just might go for its Z move here. I'm gonna go into Navi either way. Not gonna take any chances with this thing. It might also just go for Focus Blast. That's a little risky though, considering Focus Blast is shoddy accuracy. So we'll see what my opponent went for. Maybe just a Thunderbolt just to get solid damage off. I can see that. Might be Specs, honestly. Volt Switch. Alright, good play. Good play. That damage though. Let's look at that damage from that Volt Switch. Let's go. Thundurus. It did about what it should have. If he's timid with the Electrium Z. Don't know what his switch in is for this. Possibly the Mamoswine, just because he probably gets huge chunks of damage off before we can damage him back. So the Mamoswine makes sense. It really sucks our Slowbros are poisoned. That really sucks. And I guess Hillbell would have been a good safety net, but if he brought the Finny, I just really felt like Hillbell would have just been an entirely wasted slot on Sylveon, and I really wanted to avoid that. So I do think we can play around it, mainly just because Slowbro does have regenerators, so that's going to allow us to, if we don't stay in for extensive amount of times, to almost always get our health back. And yeah, Mamoswine is going to be his switch-in on this. Makes sense. I didn't see any other switch-in, other than maybe Arcanine, but Arcanine's a little passive, especially with Slowbro already poisoned. Arcanine's a little passive. Yeah, we take too much damage from a Life Orb Earthquake, so I guess we'll kind of see what type of Mamoswine this is here and now. He might prioritize getting up Rocks on our side of the field now. I have no way of kind of stopping that at this point. So Rocks might end up on our side of the field. Just have to play around that. I did misplay with the Flygon. I should have just went for my Z move on the Flygon, knowing that it likely had Defog. I should have definitely went for, I should have just obliterated it with my Z. Here I could see the Tangrowth coming back in. Let's go Slowbro. Let's say we do Calm Mind up. Let's go Tangrowth. physically defensive, or you still this. I don't know. Let's go physically defensive. It still does a little bit too much damage to us. I feel like I might just psychic. Where's the psychic dude? Yeah, psychic does a good chunk to Tangrowth. So I feel like I may just psychic. And he might try to stay in. I'm just gonna Scald actually, because if we at least get a burn on Tangrowth, that's good for us. So save Tangrowth. Yeah, it is the Tangrowth. So Psychic would have been the better play, but I don't want to be predictable. So here, his play is extremely interesting of what he does. Let's see if he has the Earthquake, how much that does to Heatran. Storm, Heatran. How much is Earthquake? Oh my lord, Earthquake does too much damage. Earthquake does way too much damage. He definitely doesn't go for a poison type move, so Earthquake just does way too much damage. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Sylveon just to scout for the Earthquake and then go into Heatran. Just because Earthquake does way too much damage. So I should have just went into Heatran. I'm playing way too passively. I'm not playing well at all. Here I go into Heatran though, to scout for the poison type move, especially now that my Kebia berry's gone. Playing way too passively though. He does have a Sludge Bomb, so alright. Here I sub again. Yes, he definitely withdraws. Into the Flygon again. Here I go for the Z move. Let's just make sure this kills. Flygon. Change that to Assaultless. Well, no, you went for default, so you definitely don't have Assaultless. So whatever. Item doesn't matter. Okay, so that actually doesn't even kill. That does not kill a... Yeah, considering that Flygon resisted, so it doesn't kill. So I should have just went for Flash Cannon. Yeah, I'll go for Flash Cannon now. And now I'm going to need to Wish into this Heatran, which is going to be a little difficult until we see the Umbreon. It's going to be a little difficult. See how much damage this does. Alright, it does over half. That is really good news. I'm actually going to switch into the Virizion on this. I don't want Slowbro taking more unnecessary damage, and then he can just U-turn out the following turn off the Slowbro. So I'm going to go into Virizion. Oh, he does U-turn. Crap, well, staying in would have been the play then. Likely goes into the Spaghetti or into the Mammothswine. One of the two. Mammothswine could still be Scarfed, because the Flygon's not Scarfed. And yeah, nothing else is Scarfed. Maybe the Thundurus is Scarfed, maybe. But yeah, either Thundurus or Mammothswine is Scarfed. So here I definitely predict a Arcanine, Tangrowth, or Mammothswine switch in. So that's a lot to be that he can bring in on this. But yeah, if the Mamoswine Scarf, he brings it in. If he just the main thing he should bring in is the Tangrowth. He has the Sledge Bomb. It walls this completely. He should bring in the Tangrowth. However, though, that does bait my Heatran in every time, and now the Flygon's not a switch in. So we'll have to keep that in mind. And then if he goes Arcanine, that doesn't really bait anything other than like Slowbro. Let's go Arcanine. Let's go Slowbro versus Arcanine again. I don't remember what Arcanine did last time, other than Toxic Dose. Oh yeah, that's exactly what he did. He just Toxic Dose. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Sobo's 100% in play. I'm playing just way too predictably though. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to. He has too many things that force my Slowbro in, so I'm surprised he hasn't tried to. Yeah, there he goes. There's the first double. Now he just goes for knockoff again in my opinion, or he goes for Sludge Bomb. So Heatran's might switch in again. Heatran is 100% might switch in. If he does go for the Earthquake, kudos to him. Kudos to him. There's not much I can do at this point. He does just go for knockoff, and he's not going to be able to knock off our Z Crystal, so he's going to realize that we are going to be the Z Crystal. So that's fine. Question here is, does a Magma Storm take out the Flygon at the health he is at, just in case he stays in here? I doubt it. Highly doubt it. Let me just look. Yeah, likely doesn't take him out because he's barely under 50%. However, I feel like forcing him to defog is a huge deal for us currently. So I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks. He does withdraw. I'll go for Stealth Rocks. Disco comes in. I'm willing to sack Disco to get the Stealth Rocks, to keep the Stealth Rocks on his side of the field. I'm willing to do that straight off. So I stay in and I go for Flash Cannon. I'm not even going to think about it. And he has forced the defog, so perfect. We will get rid of this Disco, so my opponent's going to lose their first. Flygon goes down to Flash Cannon. He realizes that, oh, that's wrong one. Crit doesn't matter at all. So he realizes how big of a deal rocks are, being on his side of the field, so good play. The hugest thing right now is we need to get rocks up, honestly. We need to continue to try to come in on that Tangrowth. We need to, honestly... Can I live a full switch? Let's go. Thundurus, can I live a full switch? It's probably still not worth staying in. Probably still not worth staying in. Switch. No, I can't. He doesn't have the Finny though, so there's not like huge repercussions of me going into Garchomp right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Garchomp. I'm gonna hope he doesn't HP Ice. If he HP Ices, godly play. Focus Blasts, okay. That does huge damage. That does absurdly huge damage. Now what do we do? I may sack Garchomp just to kill this thing. I literally may. And it's not even guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed kill at all either. Yeah, it's only a 31.3% chance for us to kill this thing. This is our only thing that outspeeds this as well. Oh no, Virizion as well. Virizion as well. So never mind. Don't listen to me. He could just go into the Tangrowth. I feel like that's his play. I really don't want to get this prediction incorrect though. How much does Tangrowth take? Tangrowth, say it's physically defensive. Tangrowth, takes at least 30%, and then that lets me go right back into. Oh, this is such a huge play right here. It's a huge play. Dark Earthquake predicting Arcanine. Do I Fire Blast predicting Tangrowth, or do I just go for the Outrage and attempt to knock this thing out? Arcanine doesn't take that much. Oh, I think I have to Outrage. He is going to withdraw into the Tangrowth. Will you switch Midnight? Okay. Is this defensive then? Did I get a crit? No, I'm just kidding. Probably just wishes up. Yeah, he wishes. And then he protects. I think that will allow us to switch out though. Yeah. It should allow us to switch out though. Unless we get the 4 turns. Does this allow us to switch out now? Yeah, Garchomp's confused, so now we can switch out. I shouldn't be so locked into it. I shouldn't. If he wants to go for foul play here, I just go into Virizion. How much does Virizion take from resisted foul play though? Oh, it doesn't take much at all. So that is definitely my switch in. It's going to be the Virizion. Yep, and there we get the justified boost. Here I think I Swords Dance and then I just try to clean. Scarf, but I get a choice scarf, so. Still takes slightly too much damage from him. Let's look at Tangle. Tangrowth tanks even a +3 freaking if it's fully defensive. Umbreon, let's look at it. And I am +1 now. Let's put that in. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, it could be defensive. I have to go for close combat. I don't have a choice. What's your switch in? Arceus? Okay. Brings me back a notch. Who would that have been the time to Swords Dance? Yeah, he's not that defensive because he took 30% still. Oh, it has that -1, so I'll put it at +1. Alright, yeah, he took the damage he was supposed to. And Stonus doesn't knock this thing out. So I am forced. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go on a Garchomp here. I'm gonna go on a Garchomp again. Because he may Morning Sun, he may just Flare Blitz. Garchomp can tank that. I just need Garchomp alive. And Garchomp can definitely tank that. As long as Garchomp's alive, it's fine because he outspeeds my opponent's entire team. Well, yeah. Outspeeds the entire team. He just still can't take an Ice Shard though, so gotta be careful with going for Outrage. My opponent's played this really well though. My team's definitely getting worn down, but if I can get some wishes at some point, mainly on that Umbreon, if I would have got that, I need to get that Umbreon back in and go into Sylveon and then be able to Wish Pass him or something. That's gonna get us back to where we need to be at. What's he going to? Spaghetti. Okay. Okay. Do I sack this? I don't think I sack this. I really don't. He probably has the Hidden Power Ice, so I'm just gonna go back into. I'm going back into Heatran. I don't sack this Garchomp here and get off the 50% from Fire Blast. It's not worth it. Going to Heatran. Yeah, and he does go for the Hidden Power. Take practically nothing from that. Now his switch in is definitely has to be the Arcanine now, in my opinion. I know his move pool pretty much fully now, unless he probably stayed in and went for Earthquake now. Probably finally just went for Earthquake. No, knockoff. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Now I think I just let my Z move rip. I think I let it rip just in case I lose this before I come back in, because it's going to be really hard to Wish Pass in the 33% now. Can only pretty much do that on the Umbreon and the Tangrowth. So I think I burn it now. It's basically defensive. Heatran. Yeah, Magma Storm does OHKO this thing though. And then let's say if Arcanine comes in, let's say it's defensive. I don't know how defensive. And let's say I go for my Z move there. Yeah, it's gonna do heaps of damage to Arcanine. Does this thing stay in? Excuse my language. Does this thing stay in? Do I just go for Magma Storm? I feel like I might should just go for Magma Storm. Just because burning the Z move on the Umbreon might switch in. Let's just burn the Z move. Let's burn the Z move. And he does stay in, so we'll get rid of this thing. Tangrowth goes down to Fire MZ, Magma Storm. So with Tangrowth gone, now Garchomp has a lot more leeway with what it can offer to the team. Awesome. And just in case he had special defense, some weird investment, maybe lived on a roll that was heavily in our favor, that disallows any chance of that with us going for the Z move. Alright, so we're taking Pokemon out, but I still don't feel the best just because of how worn down our Virizion is, our Garchomp is, and our Slowbro's Toxic, and our Heatran's worn down. Like, my opponent has a lot of our Pokemon close to death, close to being fainted, while I do have two of theirs down, but the rest of my opponent's team is extremely healthy. Extremely healthy. And with that Tangrowth down, actually the hugest thing is the fact that now my opponent will actually have to switch in the Umbreon. Now has to switch in the Umbreon on my I have to go Sylveon here. Even if a Volt Switch comes, I have to go Sylveon. But yeah, now my opponent is forced to switch in the Umbreon when I do go into Slowbro. Nothing else can come in now. And that's actually really, really good for us, because that gives us a chance of burning, and it's just a much better switch in for us than the Tangrowth was. And having rocks is going to be crucial. Oh, Z move comes. The Z move is here. Alright, this really... Oh, all-out Pummeling Punch, though. Can we live this? We could probably live this. We should easily, actually... Well, we'd probably easily live this. We're just probably going to take too much damage to live another hit afterwards. This should do very little damage. Nope, does more than I expected. Yeah, that still does too much damage. Crap. Especially with no... Oh, because it was a crit! You gotta be kidding me. Let me see. Thundurus staring. Sylveon first. Sylveon. Thundurus. Let's say 31%. What percent? 66 out of 201. What percent is that? 32%. You shouldn't be able to take us out then with a Thunderbolt. Should not be able to take us out with a Thunderbolt. I'm gonna go for Wish. He should not be able to take us out. Is he modest? Is he gonna be modest? Oh, let's go, Sylveon. Let's freaking go, Sylveon. I definitely protect here. He likely switches into Mamoswine. That is fine. Let's freaking go, Sylveon. Sylveon, Navi. Ooh, my lord. You surviving that. Freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. So rocks are up. Sylveon's walling this exactly how I needed to. And the Fight EMZ was actually really interesting. I don't really agree with that. I would have went with the Poison EMZ to deal with this Sylveon, because this was obviously going to be my answer to this Thundurus. But yeah, Mamoswine comes in. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. Here though, we go into Slowbro. He might double out back into the Thundurus. That'd make a lot of sense, but that's also a risky play. Thundurus really doesn't want to switch in. He doesn't want to switch in on rocks a lot, and he definitely can't switch in on attacks now. And with Thundurus actually weak. Slow. Bro, let's say Thunderbolt obliterates me, but it's still not +1. Yeah, the Umbreon switches in here. Ooh, please no communication interruption. Please no. Please no. Come on, game. No. No, 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 no. Ho, ho, ho. That's so much to reenact. No. Crap. No. Ho, ho. And I'm still connected. Crap. Alright guys, sorry we did have a DC. I'll be right back with you guys momentarily once we do get back to the point we're at. It's going to be a lot of work. That really sucks. That really sucks, but hopefully we can get back to the point we're at. I'll see you guys when we are there.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, we're back where we were last time. We reenacted it as best as we can. My Sylveon's a little bit weaker, but other than that, I think everything was reenacted really well. I got to pick my move though, so I'm just going to... I want Thundurus getting a free switch in here. I'm still just gonna slack off though. Alright, that's fine. Sorry, weird little gnat bug that I wanted to get out the way. But yeah, we reenacted it as best as we possibly could have. And my Umbreon's like a little bit weaker. It was at, I think, it was at 108 last time out of 201 HP, and now it's at, I think, 99 or 98. So it's a little bit weaker, but I don't think that'll be a big enough deal, and I feel like it was most fair to Automatthic. So good luck, have fun from here, man. Sorry that the DC happened. It wasn't on either of our ends. Turns out Festival Plaza just being Festival Plaza, so screw Festival Plaza. Please get rid of it. I feel like this is a free switching into Sylveon. So I'm gonna go Sylveon. Oh, I'm so frantic just trying to get back to where we were. So the foul play does come off. Opponent's only switching into this is the Arcanine. So Arcanine's the only switching into this. No Wish. It's time to Wish. I do think so, because of Sylveon weakened, even though a lot of our teams weakened, Brizzion's weakened, Garchomp's weakened, Heatran's weakened, and Slowbro's poisoned, and obviously Navi's a little bit weakened, Sylveon. I still think we can win this game solely because of Sylveon. I think Sylveon will bring us to the promised land. Oh, and rocks as well. My opponent having to continue to switch in on rocks is going to be a huge burden on there. And I would be the biggest boss if I had the balls to switch into Virizion here. And then he like loses something, and then he just straight up loses something. And this can switch in again on the freaking... This can switch in anytime on the Umbreon. Is it worth possibly losing Virizion there? I don't think it is. Well, then my opponent literally can't switch in anything on that Virizion there. It's not worth possibly losing Virizion there, because Virizion is my best answer to this thing, well, other than Slowbro. I think I'd make the play, because why would he go for Icicle Crash here? I'm gonna make the play. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. Please go for EQ. Show me EQ. Yes! We should live. Oh, we don't live that? Oh, I should have calced it. Oh, we don't live that. I thought we definitely lived that. Oh god, that was such a bad play. That was a terrible play. Terrible play on my end. Thought we could live that. Forced to go on a Slowbro now. How much does foul play even do to Slowbro? Let's go Umbreon. Come on, computer. Slowbro, Umbreon. It doesn't do enough. I'd say it's time to start calm minding up. It's that time. As we saw, he kind of tanked out a Garchomp's, our Garchomp's Outrage. It was a 3-hit KO, so for it to be a guaranteed 3-hit KO, how much investment does he need? Guaranteed 3-hit KO. It's 52 invested in defense, so if 52 is invested in defense, then that means 52 less here, so 200 there. Let's go back to Slowbro. Slowbro, +1 in again. Still don't just do that. We just don't do that much damage to this thing. Still. We still don't. I can try to go for another, but what is that going to accomplish? How much do we do then? Then we have a high chance to 4-hit KO this thing. I just switched in Sylveon. There's no reason to play this game. Alright, now I just Wish Protect. I actually get Sylveon its health back, and then we should be able to start firing Hyper Voices off when this Mamoswine, aka Manning, when this thing switches in now, we should be able to just fire off Hyper Voices, and honestly we should have a chance of killing this thing at the health it's at once we after we protect here, and then we go back into Slowbro again to take the hit. Then Umbreon comes back in, and we go back into Sylveon. And then we should be able to do some huge damage after that point. I do think Sylveon's our win con now. It sucks that I was stupid enough to think that Virizion could take that EQ. I do feel like it was just a maybe chance we could get the 6-0 here, but I doubt it. But it's still that play still stinks. That was a very bad play. I got work soon, so I need this game to end. It really sucks we had that DC. My lord, it sucks that DC happened. Yeah, I really need this game to end. But question of the day, guys, if you did watch the video to this point, let me know who you guys think the MVP of our season has been so far. Do you think it's been Slowbro, just taking out hits? Do you think it's been Virizion taking out special hits? Do you think it's been Heatran, just giving us some nice, knocking out key Pokemon to my opponent's defensive cores? Do you think it's Garchomp being able to just be so threatening and force so many switches? Or do you think it's Crobat being able to hit Crobat or Virizion? Virizion kind of cleaned up a game for us, and Crobat also just is very threatening with that bird spam. So let me know who you guys think the MVP of our season has been up until this point. I don't want to be too predictable, but I'm just going to Scald here. If Umbreon wants to switch in, Umbreon switches in. My opponent likely is considering that he might need to just go for the offensive move. With Poison, that might make the EQ a 3-hit KO on us because of the Poison, so that might be a little scary actually. I Scald here though. I 100% Scald here. If Mamoswine hasn't switched its move, so that gives me the hunch that Scarf. So if it's Scarf, then we just go into our Scarf Garchomp, we outspeed, and we kill this thing. We just outrage. We just literally just outrage at this point. Alright, he's gonna withdraw, likely into the Umbreon. Into Thor. Realizing I'm running out of chances to... I definitely don't sack Slowbro here because I still definitely need this thing for the Mamoswine. May sack Mr. Mime though. Because I also want to keep Garchomp because that's my only thing that outspeeds this. It may be time to sack actually Heatran. Heatran may be the sack. Just because if I go into Sylveon and he just Volt switches, then he gets into Mamoswine, and then we're in a kind of shitty position again. Yeah, this one's tricky. I think I just sack Heatran, and then I get a free switch into Garchomp, and I just go for Dragon Claw. I'm pretty sure. And then that baits the Umbreon in, and then something has to come in that doesn't want to take a Hyper Voice. So yeah, I'm gonna sack Heatran here. I didn't want to, but this is where I should have been sacking something, not when I lost the Virizion. I was just so stupid. In power. Oh wow, he predicted the Garchomp. Would he predict it again? He would not predict Garchomp again. But do I even benefit enough to warrant going for that play? I'm not sure I do. Yeah, I'm just gonna Magma Storm. I don't think I benefit enough to. Yeah, I could have went into Garchomp, but I don't think I benefited enough to try to make that play. So Heatran will go down. That's number 4. Nope, wrong ones. There we go. All right, let's go. We go Garchomp here. And I literally just Dragon Claw. Show me Umbreon. Umbreon comes in. Sylveon comes in. Umbreon has to switch out. Something dies likely. Maybe not the Arcanine. Arcanine likely doesn't die, but still doesn't want to take that. Still doesn't want to take that damage plus the Rock's damage. Rock's well, this actually can't switch back in, so my opponent likely lets this go down. This cannot switch back in all Rocks again, and obviously can't even get wished into. So yeah, this is dead. So yeah, he definitely needs to just let this go down. Probably thinking out of how he wins this game at this point though. So yeah, we'll Dragon Claw the Tornadus Therian, aka Thor, and we'll take it down. Oh, the Mamoswine comes in. Interesting. We want to go for Ice Shard. That's fine by me. We just go on a slow bro. Try to tank out some white hits. And try to win this game. Try to finish this game off. Oh, knockoff. Really good play. Really good play. But now you're locked in the knockoff. Now you're locked in the knockoff. So I'll take that and just go into my Sylveon now because I know that you're locked in the knockoff. Sylveon already doesn't have its item, so knockoff's not going to do much of anything to it. So I'll take that. My mate should just stay in and Scald though. It's actually probably my better play. So I'm not sure he'll sack this. He might go into Arcanine expecting me to switch out. But if he goes into the Umbreon expecting me to maybe stay in and Scald, then Sylveon's the play. See what my opponent does. I don't think he can win this game anymore. I think we finally kind of secured it. The Umbreon has to be coming in. Yeah, Umbreon comes in. We switch out, we get our Regenerator again, so the knockoff is a nice play, but it's really not that big of a deal. Get into Umbreon. We get into Sylveon, and can Sylveon Oko Umbreon at this point? Let's take... It cannot, but take literally... Gotta take some of that out. 0.24 chance to 2-hit KO after leftovers recovery. Oh, that's a little trash. He does have a little chip, so let's say he's like 190 out of 100. Let's just see how much we do with a Hyper Voice. See how much that does. If this doesn't do enough damage, oh, he's gonna withdraw probably into the Arcanine. It is gonna be the Arcanine. Arcanine's gonna take that Rocks damage, and it's gonna take a Hyper Voice now. Intimidate does go off pretty meaningless. Artist though. I'm just gonna go into Garchomp, hoping that this Arcanine goes for like Extreme Speed or something. If it goes for Morning Sun, then I definitely just EQ and try to get rid of this thing. This can be a stally finish to this game because of the fact that two Pokemon have a way of getting their health back up. Yeah, it does have the Morning Sun. Umbreon is definitely using 666. 52 here. Outrage. Marshall 52 fucking doesn't do that much. I think I outrage. Yeah, I definitely outrage. He withdraws, he goes into Umbreon, and with the Rocks damage, I'm praying that we can knock this thing out before it's able to Wish Protect. I'm praying. Come on, Rocks damage, come through for us. What's due to leftovers, I don't think we're going to get it. I literally think we're just going to slightly miss out on the KO due to leftovers. So my play there maybe was to just go back into Sylveon. I just think, oh, we're in such a stall war with these final few Pokemon. So, smart move there, just going for Protect now. Smart move, because then this gives him an even better chance of living if there was a roll at this point, and then this also allows him to have a better chance of living if I was to crit. A crit would be really unfortunate though. I would prefer not to crit this. I'm still locked into Outrage though, so not much I can do. Yeah, and he definitely lives at this point. Oh, and just goes for a foul play. Umbreon's slower than Sylveon, right? Or is it a speed tie? I think it might be a speed tie. Nope, Sylveon's slower. But he can't Wish Protect on me, though. So we do lose Garchomp to Umbreon's foul play. So Garchomp, 3. I didn't really need Garchomp anymore. My way of winning this are Slowbro and Sylveon. Those are my ways of winning this game. I'm actually just curious, can Mr. Mime with a Scarf? With a Scarf Mamoswine? Anything from a Scarf Mamoswine. Doesn't live in EQ, sadly. Doesn't live in EQ. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, we go into Sylveon here. He can't Wish and Protect to get this back up, and because of that, he can Protect here. He can Protect here, and then he maybe doesn't die on Rock Switch in, which is a bit interesting. I think I yawn for the switch in there, or I do that next turn. Yeah, I'll do that next turn. Just a foul play, okay. Alright, so Sylveon takes out the Umbreon with Hyper Voice. Alright, so now the final two are just the Mamoswine and the Arcanine. Mamoswine and Arcanine. I do think what he's trying to do here is have my Slowbro at a small enough amount of health where this Mamoswine can just sweep, but I think my play here is to just gonna make sure Sylveon can't live this in any world. Yeah, that's slightly too much damage. So I could do to 70%. Let's make sure. 126. I don't want. Yep, we are only at 62%. But yeah, I think he wants me to switch into my Slowbro. Let me double check that as well. Let me see if I can do a Slowbro. Slowbro. It does 31 for it could do the 34%. Yeah, so I don't want to switch in, take EQ, then take another EQ, and then take it out. And then Slowbro's at too small of a health to 1v1 the Arcanine. I think Sylveon just beats it either way. I also don't want Slowbro to be able to outstall the. I don't want Arcanine to be able to outstall our Slowbro. How much do you get back with Regenerator? Actually, let me check that. How much health do you get back? 1/3 of your max health. So Slowbro's getting back 1/3 of 202. It's getting back practically like 75. I'm gonna go into Slowbro, then switch right out into Mr. Mime. I think we might get a little bit more health back doing that. Probably not with the poison damage as well. That is a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. I know I can live another, so I think I just Scald here, and then I let Regenerator get me my health back as I switch into Sylveon, sack Sylveon to, well, Yawn the Arcanine, and then I pretty much win. Yeah, I win because of Yawn. It's a little scary if this crits though. If this crits, I think we lose. So should I actually just switch out and then just let Yawn win me the battle? I don't know how offensive that Arcanine is though. I'm just gonna pray for no crit. I'm gonna pray for no crit. Alright, he doesn't crit me. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We should live the poison damage. Sorry if you guys heard my phone there. I didn't think I'd be getting sent automated DMs on Twitter, but I just got sent one of those automated DMs by someone who recently followed me. So sorry about that. Yeah, he goes into the Arcanine now. I go into Sylveon. I go into Sylveon. Sylveon versus Arcanine. Face this Arcanine. If anything, I switch out twice with the Slowbro and win with Slowbro. That should hopefully be enough regenerated, because that's like 75 HP. We're supposed to be getting back every time, so that should be enough. Yeah, Flare Blitz comes out. How much is Sylveon gonna play? Heaps. I do think the Arcanine probably takes itself out with another one on my Mr. Mime. Either way, I'd probably lose something here. What is Slowbro at? It's at 81% now. Yeah, we likely win with that. Just debating if I just want to go into Mr. Mime and let that. No, I think I was just Hyper Voice. Okay, that's actually a good play. It's actually a really good play, and I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about Morning Sun. It's actually a really good play. I'm gonna switch back into Slowbro, then switch back into Sylveon. Because he definitely just goes for Flare Blitz again, yeah. Slowbro tanks this. I switch back out, I get more health back. How much does Mr. Mime do there? Just doesn't do slightly enough damage. It's a little depressing how much damage it's doing. Then I go back into Sylveon, because doesn't he just Morning Sun here again? Oh, it's because of Psy Shock. If I had Psychic, that'd be doing more damage, but he's defensive, so that's why it's not doing more damage. Trying to figure out how I don't throw this. I'm gonna go to Mr. Mime. I think he Morning Suns here. I think he Morning Suns. Yeah, there we go. And I just tricked the choice specs onto him. Especially if he's somehow slower. This likely kills. Ooh, we live on 2. It's disgusting. Disgusting how much damage that does there. Alright, then I just Side Shock. It's locked into this now. And we win with Slowbro. Good damage, he takes more Rocky Helmet, and Slowbro cleans with Scald. So GG's to Automatthic. Really fun, good game. I'm sorry about the DC, man. I'm so sorry about that. It was a little obviously out of control on both of our ends, as apparently neither of us were offline. I definitely wasn't, so apparently he wasn't either. So it's just unfortunate that Festival Pause is so trash. I don't even know how to say it because of how trash I think it is. And yeah, so we are going to defeat the one of the 2 undefeated teams, and we are now, as Mr. Mime was knocked out, we are now going to improve to 5-1, And this is a huge win for us, guys. This is such a huge win for us. This win just some monumental win. I forgot to get rid of the mammal swine when it fell. Monumental win for us, guys. It was a very good game. He's obviously such a good battler in his own right, as he realized what he had to do at that end game to try to win, and he played it really well. But we're winning a 2-0. I'll take a 2-0 against a player of his quality. I'll definitely take it. Obviously, it could have been better if I didn't make the stupid earthquake play with Mamoswine. And I feel like I could have maybe dealt with that end game better in some other aspects as well that I'll have to look into after this battle. However, though, a win's a win, guys. We're gonna get the 2-0 win. We're going to defeat the undefeated coach, and we are going to continue to ride this super hot streak that we're on currently in the IBL. I can't wait to continue this. Unfortunately, we don't play Norvern again, so can someone please knock Norvern off of being undefeated for us so that we can maybe battle for the top seed in our conference, because unfortunately Automatthic isn't in our conference. So we're knocking him off his high horse a little, but he's not even in our conference, so we kind of need Norvern to be knocked off his high horse. So someone come through for me. I'm sorry, Norvern, but someone please come through for me. Even though Norvern's a really good friend. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, I'm sorry this battle was so long because of the stupid DC and just for the battle being long in general. I really appreciate if you watched the entirety of this video. You guys mean the world to me, and I can't wait to just start to provide more and do more for you guys. It's all coming soon. Update video on the rise. But for now, though, guys, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Thank you for tuning in. For now, peace.